Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I hit up Olight's last flash sale and scored myself an Olight i5T in raw copper. Let's check it out. Alright, so here it is, the Olight i5T in raw copper, and let's check out the box here real quick. Now you can see they stepped up their presentation game here with this new box. The older version comes in a much smaller box, but does that add anything to this flashlight? Not really, just nicer packaging. But let's check out the side here. Nothing too special, just the name, and on the back, no real information that we need. All right, so let's take the top off here. And the first thing we're greeted with is this little yellow top here. And all this does is show you that there's a little piece of insulating film in between the tail cap and the battery. So all you wanna do is just unscrew the tail cap, take that little piece out, and your flashlight should start working. So let's take this off. And we have user's manual, and then here we go right here, the i5T still in this packaging. I did not take it out of the packaging yet, and that's for good reason. Once you open this is raw copper. So as soon as the air exposes to that raw copper, it's gonna start to oxidize, it's gonna start to patina once my fingers touch it. So it's a good thing Olight vacuum sealed this, just so it doesn't get to me already oxidized. All right, so let's open this bad boy up here and check out the new copper. So, okay, get that out of there, push all this to the side, and wow. So guys, if you're a fan of copper like I am, you're absolutely gonna love this light. Here's the older model i5T. When I say older model, it's just about a month or two old at this point. So you can see it's the exact same flashlight, just this one's black and blue, this one's made of copper. And now that I'm actually holding both of them, the copper version is considerably heavier, which is a good thing. I'm expecting the copper version to have a little bit more weight to it than this version right here. But check it out here, it's exactly the same flashlight, exactly the same specs, but with a few subtle changes here. I'm gonna show you what those are shortly. Let's talk about those specs for a second. It has a max output of 300 lumens, and that's on high. It has two modes. On low mode, it has 15 lumens. It has a max throw of 60 meters. It is water and dust proof rated IPX8. And it has a drop test rating of 1.5 meters. It also has a candela rating of 910. It has a length of 3.74 inches and a diameter of 0.7 inches. And they say this weighs 3.7 ounces, so let's check that out right now. All right, so the battery is still in here, so let's drop it on my handy dandy scale. 3.6. So they're not too far off when they say 3.7 ounces, so let's weigh that in grams. That's 104 grams. All right, so just for the heck of it, let's weigh the older model i5T while we're here. And it comes in at 2.2 ounces. So yeah, that's a pretty big difference. The specs are exactly the same, but that weight difference comes from that copper. So the only differences between the two are the materials and the weight. All right, so let's check out the battery in here. So we unscrew the tail cap here, and there's that insulating film that we were warned about when we opened the box. And this is one of the positives of this little flashlight, is it just takes AA batteries. So as much as I love rechargeable flashlights, sometimes I need it in a pinch and don't want to wait a few hours for it to charge. Or I can just run, grab any AA battery and just plop it in there, and then there you go, it works again. So this is a super alkaline battery. They say this is recommended alkaline or nickel batteries to be used in here. In the instruction manual, they say do not use rechargeable lithium ion batteries. Just be careful when you're changing the batteries that you don't grab a lithium ion battery rechargeable, because it could ruin your flashlight. Now that the battery is all set, let's check this out. So it's gonna have the same user interface as the older model i5T. It's all controlled through the tail switch here. So you do one little short press and it takes you right to low. That's your 15 lumens. So since this is a short press, if you wanna keep that 15 lumens on low, all you have to do is hard press and it stays on low. So how do you get to that 300 lumen high mode? So while it's in low mode, in that short press, let it go real quick and then instantly press it again. And you see that ramp up? That takes us right to our 300 lumen high mode. So it's a really interesting user interface here. So short press, let it go for a second, but if you short press again, we're still on low. But if you do it instantly, there you go, there's the ramp up. So I'll show you again, low, low, and then quick, high. And if you notice, I'm not clicking anything. It's just a real short press. I'm not pressing anything really hard, but it's still accessible. If you want to hard press, it just takes you right to that low. But if you want to get to that high, you have to short press and then press again and then click down. So as you can see, this little guy kicks out. I mean, it is 300 lumens and it has that 60 meter throw. So that's why I've been using this one right here for a while. It's a nice little EDC flashlight that it's so small and it's so light that I barely notice it's in my pants pocket. So low mode is 15 lumens. That's going to last roughly 20 hours. And that high mode is 300 lumens. That's going to last roughly 2.5 hours. Then after that 2.5 hours, it's going to step down to 30 lumens. All right, so now all that's out of the way, let's get a closer look at this light. So turn it here, we have the Olight logo right here. And flip it around to the other side, we have that i5T EOS stamped right there. And you can see it still has that same dual helix design as the first one. So if I grab the first one again, you can see here, the dual helix design, we have that blue inside. This one is just pure copper. It's gorgeous. So you can see the black one here, the Olight's in white, as opposed to the copper color on the new copper version. And then flip it around there and you can see the same difference. It still maintains that dual position pocket clip here, but just a different color. I love the color on this copper, as opposed to the black version that we see on almost every single flashlight. And then check out the differences in the tail switch here. So it's still made of plastic right there, but on the very top, it's made of silicone. And it has a really nice texture on that silicone, so it doesn't feel like your finger is gonna slip off too easy. But I like they didn't just go with the simple black like on this one. I like how they kind of made it that copper color to match the rest of the flashlight. So I'm definitely looking forward to this thing oxidizing and getting that nice patina, so it's gonna match this pocket clip eventually. And eventually it'll match the brown that's on that tail switch. So something inside me kind of wishes it stayed this nice brand new copper color, but I also can't wait for it to turn that dark bronze color. All right, so let's talk about that ramp up on the 300 lumen high. Some might like it, but I don't think I'm the biggest fan of that ramp up. I mean, I kind of wish it just went instantly to high, but I know there's a reason behind it. But still, I know other flashlights have that instant click right to high. But, you know, this one, if I want to get to high, you have to press it down and then hold it again to get to that high, which is not a deal breaker, but that's just one little small complaint that I have with this flashlight. And another small complaint that I still have here is this dual position pocket clip. Yes, I know the reasoning for it. You can actually put this on your cap and you can have a nice little headlamp. Two minor complaints for an awesome little flashlight. I was on Olight's website right at midnight to make sure I grabbed one of these, and midday the next day, these were already sold out. So the MSRP on this bad boy was $39.95, but since I got in on the flash sale, I picked mine up for $29.96. That's 25% off, which is a smoking deal for what you get here. A raw copper flashlight, 300 lumens, 60 meter throw, and it's gonna look awesome once I break this thing in. All right, so next, I'm gonna take this guy out to my backyard just to see what it does. I'm not expecting a whole lot, you know, being 300 lumens. My fence is about 40 feet away, so I'm gonna show you guys what this thing can do in pure darkness. Alright, hopefully that didn't turn out too bad, because you know my camera's autofocus sucks, especially when it's dim. And this doesn't have a ton of light that it throws out. But when it was on high, you can actually see my fence. Like I said, that fence is about 45 feet away. And on low, not a shot, but on high, you can see it. So that's pretty impressive, especially with such a small body flashlight running off a AA battery. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you guys think of the Olight i5T in copper? Yeah, I know, usually I do a heat test and a water test, but with this guy, I didn't think it was necessary. Being only 300 lumens, I doubt this head's gonna get any hotter than where it's at right now. And with the water drop test, it's IPX8. Every single time I do that, it passes with flying colors, and I'm sure this is gonna be no different. So if you guys wanna pick one of these up, unfortunately, you're out of luck. They sold out in about half a day, and they were limited edition. I don't think they're gonna make any more of these. But if you wanna pick up the black model i5T, it's going for $29.95 right now on Olight's website. And as I said before, I did buy this copper version. They did not send me this for free. I just wanted to say that because I do have a code to give you guys. So if you guys want to pick up the black i5T, I do have a special code to get you 10% off. That code is CT10. So go to the link in my video, put in the code CT10 at checkout, you can get this for 10% off. So full disclosure, anytime you use that code, I do get a kickback of 10%. So if you guys like what I'm doing here and want to support my channel, use my code, plus you get 10% off. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe, and go!